Dabula, Wan Wilson Getahun, and I am in Cameroon, West Africa. And we would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Dr. Lisa Aubrey for her vision, foresight, and passion for putting this pyramid together.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dawula Gotawun Wan Wilson. We are happy to have you with us.
Thank you.
I would like to know, you find yourself in Cameroon.
Yes.
I would like to know, what brought you to Cameroon?
The desire to go on the pyramids, to go back to the place where my ancestors were forcibly taken. The only way to put it, you know. I am Fulani by DNA research, and the Fulani people are kind of all over the area. And mine led me to believe that this was the place that my ancestors were kidnapped.
Okay, okay. Talking about the place where your ancestors were forcibly taken away from the African continent, we are definitely going to think about the Bimbia slave trade site.
Yes.
Did you visit the Bimbia slave trade site?
I did. It was a very emotional and surreal experience.
Okay, can you tell us more about your feelings on the site during the visit?
You know, thanks for asking that question. I thought I would know how I would feel. I thought that I was preparing myself to be angry, you know, but there's no feeling like that I've never experienced before, because there's no experience like that I've ever had before. So it was a sobering, surreal experience.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it wasn't anger. It wasn't hurt. I just know I never had a feeling like that before.
Okay. And one of the aim of this Roots and Reconnection pilgrimage trip was to get you immersed with the local communities, with the people who live in the villages. And you have had to visit the southwest region of Cameroon, where you went to a certain village and a school.
Yes.
You had an immersion with the children, the people,
Yes.
and the school.
Yes.
Could you tell us about that experience?
It was a wonderful experience meeting the headmaster, schoolmaster, to meet the administrators, the teachers. But as nice as it was, it paled to me to see the students, the hope for Cameroon's future, the eyes, to look in the eyes of the children and see the smiling faces. This gave me hope for a country that's, to me, seems to be still developing.
Absolutely, we have to be hopeful when we look at young children
Yes,
going to school
yes,
and
yes.
to the process of learning. After the visit to the school, you had a stop at the chief palace, the
yes.
young chief. You had to stop there and you had a nice time with him. Yes, just try to enlighten us about what happened there.
Actually, I was in the front going back to the bus, and I heard the drum beating.
Yeah.
And being a musician and a drummer myself, I just started to move with the rhythm of the drum beat. I had passed because I didn't know that it was for us.
Okay.
So when Dr. Aubrey let me know that it was for us, we turned around and went. And the music got louder, and to see the dancers, and they came out to meet us, and they met the young chief who says he's one of the most powerful chiefs in the area. He's easy enough to believe. Ate some wonderful food, great hospitality, great people. I loved it. It was just a wonderful occasion.
You love it.
I love it.
You love it. And in the reception here, you had the opportunity to drink this local wine, this natural wine.
Yes.
Yes, tapped from palm tree.
Yes. We.
How did that taste to you?
It didn't taste like wine to me. No wine I ever had before. It was it was okay. It was good, but it didn't taste like wine that I'm used to. So
Yeah, and that's one of the favorite drinks of the people of the locality because it's natural.
you know, one thing about that wine, being in another culture, eating a different kind of food,
Yes.
my stomach was a little upset. That wine settled my stomach.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And so-
Absolutely. It has a lot of properties.
Yes.
Good for our organism.
We
Okay, after the southwest region of Cameroon, we set the car, we went to the west region of Cameroon. And one of our major time there was in the Bamileke community. The
We-
Bamileke community where you, Mr. Dabola, had the opportunity to visit the palace of the Batufam Kingdom.
we
Batufam Kingdom, which is an ethnic group in the Bamileke people of Cameroon.
Yes.
So, just express yourself about all the time you spend there.
the palace, the grounds, to me, not having anything to compare it with, has to be the jewel of the area. The king was very wise, very hospitable, very humble, and yet a balance of humility and power. He didn't say nothing about power, but you can see he has the power.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's a king, he's a
Yeah,
king.
wait. He just exuberant power, and authority. Didn't say anything, didn't raise his voice, but his character. When he showed up, authority and power was in front of him. The grounds, the artwork, the artistry, the people, just beautiful. I love it. I love it.
You love the architectures of the houses in
Yes,
the palace.
yes.
You could see houses with very short doors.
Yes.
These houses that they used to build with these traditional architectures at the time when the Bamileke people had a lot of war, they invented this architecture to protect themselves, and I think you felt comfortable in that. The short doors, the ground houses, and with this roof size, the pyramid,
Yes,
pyramid style
Yes.
roof.
Well, you can see that was the case because if that was war, you're not going to run through there. You're going to have to duck, and that's going to slow you down. So it worked.
Absolutely. And we won't turn the page on Batufam without talking about one of the greatest time there, which was really a time of rooting and reconnecting, and which was really a time of expression of love from the community. Who opened wide the hands to you to welcome you and to integrate you. So this is something you are not going to hide away from us. You are not going to hide away from us.
No.
You'll be made a
Yes,
prince.
we.
You have to tell us.
You know that was beautiful. I'm gonna start from the beginning because it was spoken in a language I didn't understand, and I didn't even understand a lot of the interpretation. But I knew I was going to a sacred waterfall for a purpose.
Absolutely.
Halfway up the hill, I was thinking, it's a rough ride. I don't know if I had known it was this far, whether or not I would have gone, not knowing what the reward was going to be. But after I went up there, after the ceremony, and got purified by the waterfall, and came down, in spite of the detour we made coming down the mountain, when I received the other part of the ceremony to become a Bamileke prince, it was all well worth it. All well worth it, hands down. You know, all well worth it. And then to come out from the sacred room of having received the hat and the royal attire,
Yeah.
and to be welcomed by the music and the dancing was truly, the only word you use is marvelous experience. A marvelous experience. To come out of that area to go and see the dancing and the marimbas, the drums. It was beautiful, beautiful. I mean, that alone was worth the trip.
I think this was a major step of the trip because you had an immersion into the African spirituality.
You know, that's good you brought that up because this was a roots and reconnection pyramid.
Absolutely.
And I felt at that point that I connected on a spiritual level as well as a physical level. I met friends brothers that I'll never forget. If I never see my brothers again, and on this side, I'll always have them in my heart, and this experience will always be with me. And the connection, as far as I'm concerned, has truly been made with my people, with my brothers, my sisters of Bimbia, of Cameroon.
Wow, so you are going away
Yes.
from Cameroon with the royal title of Prince.
Yes.
A prince of the Battle Farm Kingdom
Yes.
in the Bamileke ethnic group of Cameroon.
Oui.
Wow, that's very, very great.
I feel great. I feel great about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Prince. So you are a few hours away, very few hours away from your flight back to the United States.
Oui.
If you can have a global view over all these days you spent in Cameroon, what assessment can you make of the organization of the trip and the Root and Reconnection team? What assessment?
You know, after having gone to the slave encampment site and having met the king, both of them, I can only think that when my ancestors were kidnapped, their intention was for me to never come back here, or their descendants to never come back here. And I say this often, that you can count the apples in a seed, but you cannot count the seeds in an apple. And one of those seeds has come back to Africa. And I feel good about it. I feel a little defiant having come back to the ones who had taken my ancestors. And yeah, that's all. That's my answer. How I feel about it.
I think there was much to experience and a lot of conviction to get from this experience, particularly at the Battle Farm Kingdom with the chief.
Yes.
With all the organization that was put in place,
Oui.
all the hospitality, all the love that was expressed,
Oui.
all the joy, all the happiness, and the chief was so heart touched, was so heartfelt that he even proposed that you can begin to think about how to settle. How to settle there.
Yeah.
Because he spoke about the possibility.
Oui. Yeah. You know, it's tempting, and it's not. I haven't disqualified that possibility at all. Actually, there's no. I'm weighing it. I am weighing it within myself. You know, I mean, there's no reason not to because I feel safer here, halfway around the world, in Africa, in Cameroon, than I do in my own neighborhood, in my own country, which I served in the military 6 years for. And you know, if you don't feel safe, how can you feel free? You know, and that's something I'm wrestling with.
So we would like you to carry this message, to extend this message of love, hospitality, and of brotherhood to our brothers over there. As you get back home, you have to tell them what you experience. You have to tell them that our hands are wide open to welcome them home. That actually we miss them and we want the reconnection to take place. We want the reconnection to take place. We would like you to be our messenger.
Well, if this, there'll be no problem. I have plans on doing that, even as I was going up the path to the slave encampment area and down from the sacred waterfalls. As to how I was going to do that, it's just a matter of time and actually putting it all together. I will say, if this goes public, to whatever extent it goes public, that my brother, my sister, these are our brothers, these are our sisters. There's no difference. We share DNA, we share history, and they are warm, welcoming, loving people. I haven't seen one act of violence, haven't heard one person call another person out the name or use derogatory terms toward describing them, and haven't seen one police. So haven't heard anything negative on the news about 45. So it's mentally and physically and emotionally, spiritually rejuvenating for me. So if you have an opportunity, there's no place like this place, any place on earth. If you have an opportunity to take this pilgrimage, it is not a vacation, it's not a holiday, it is truly a pilgrimage in every sense of the word and meaning. I strongly advise you to take the opportunity and reconnect with your brothers and sisters of Africa.
Thank you so much. We will like to conclude with this note about. We would like to conclude with this note about the future. Starring at the next year, the next edition, you who have been a participant in this year's edition, what would be your recommendation to the Roots and Reconnection team and the organizers for the next edition?
Well, I have spoken with Dr. Aubrey, Lisa Aubrey, and it is my desire to do what I can to get as many people acknowledged about this pyramid. I don't know how many people know, so I want to get the word out so more people know, and they can have the information about it, so they can make an informed decision for themselves to decide to come or not come. But at least they would know that it exists and the opportunity is here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you so much.
It was a
I
pleasure.
enjoyed it.
It was a
Enjoyed
pleasure being with you.
Thank you.
And we hope to have you and more of you in the next editions of Roots and Reconnection Pilgrimage Trip to Cameroon.
Oui, thank you.
Thank you.